testing, or oh no, good evening, mortals. I didn't hit the button that I needed to hit, so now we're live and we're doing something different. We're doing our session 0 for Exalted. We'll be playing Exalted 3, as everyone can see. I'm joined by a couple very good people and good friends, and just the best overall. You guys want to say hi?
Oh,
hi.
Greetings.
All right, so we got, we have Blackthorn is here. He said hi.
Hello.
We've got Scald from chat. You may have heard of him. He's here and he said greetings. And then Aki is also here. She said no loudly.
Shocking nobody.
Surprising absolutely no one. Aki is a fuck. Okay, so here is my plan for today, guys. We're going to talk about character creation, the setting, and I'll be answering questions about Exalted as it goes on. And we'll be talking about, coordinating a little bit and getting ready for our Exalted campaign, which we should be doing in 2 to 3 weeks, depending.
so real quick, something that I was talking about this before you went live. One thing I did in Scald's campaign is when I started interacting with an NPC that I was just like, maybe my character is gonna, have lots of interactions with this NPC. I let him know.
Okay.
I was like, I like this NPC. I'm probably gonna interact with them a bunch.
Okay.
And that way, then Scald can
immediately kill them off.
Yeah.
I mean that too.
Kill your mother, burn down her house. Got it.
But hey, I'm gonna interact with this person. It just helps. I figure it helps you out. So.
Yeah, for sure. I do like to know when you are about to make an NPC, a throwaway NPC, my problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's talk about this game, guys. So for those in chat who aren't familiar, Exalted is a game in which you play as someone hello, Lavana, who is blessed or cursed, depending on how you look at it, with the power beyond the gods. So you
blurst, if you would.
Blurst, if you will. Very blurst. You have enough power to strangle a concept and have it die, but unfortunately, you have to fight those things. So while you could do things like, imagine, if you will, there was a giant laser beam that whatever it hit, it annihilated. You could, as an Exalt, block that with your hand, just because you blocked it. It counts. You could, as an Exalt, you could do things like convince someone that their deep-seated, most fondly held beliefs are stupid, and they will agree with you. You could literally rewrite reality in ways that make you personally feel better about them. Exalted is a very wide-open game.
I think one of my favorites is a larceny charm that literally unwrites the person's memory of having owned that item.
Yes.
You're just like, actually, this was mine the whole time. And they're like, yeah, it was. That's really weird. Cool. Okay, bye.
Yeah, the larceny charm allows you to steal someone's spiritual ownership of an object. Good times.
I'm looking forward to the one that lets me just Fonzie open locks.
Well, there's actually a couple that... There's one that lets you straight up pretend a wall doesn't exist for the purposes of entering somewhere.
Gotta find that one.
I think it's a stealth charm, but I'm not 100%. There's... Oh, God, what else can you do? You guys have any favorites? Aki, you just took a fun charm. Do you want to tell me about it?
No.
Aki, you make streaming painful.
I am nothing if not consistent.
You are indeed. So we got a question from chat. Could you steal someone's spiritual ownership of a house and invite a vampire into their house? Yes. You absolutely could. 100%. You could then make that vampire no longer a vampire by just punching the vampire out of him. God, wife.
With the
I was
right
about to
medicine
say-
charms.
I was about to say you could just turn them into a lawn chair, but you see that's a different game.
It is a different game. That is Mage. Mage is a funny game where you start off in the supernatural fight getting absolutely riggedy wrecked by a werewolf or a vampire or anyone who looks at you funny. And then when you get high powered, you don't even show up to said fight and everyone inside it becomes a lawn chair. Anyway, Exalted is more powerful than that. So the way this stream is going to work, today's stream, just so everyone knows, feel free to interject, guys in chat with, or guys in the call, with stories or questions or anything like that, and then anyone in chat wants to say anything, they can too. This is effectively a just chatting stream. We're just hanging out. T has a raging headache, which, as an Exalt, you could heal. Did anyone take medicine charms by any chance?
I haven't taken any charms yet. I am still kind of in the infancy of my character creation.
Fair enough. You did suddenly get told that that you were going to be going live with it today, so that's fair.
I went through. I'm the opposite problem. I went through and I took all the main charms that I want to get at the beginning, which of which I can pick 15. I currently have 33.
Oh, okay. 15 is about 33, right?
You know, for certain values of 33 or 15 as applicable.
Yeah, for extremely large values of 15.
Yeah. Or extremely small values of 33.
Yeah, that is true. Let's talk characters. Do you guys have enough to know what your casts you want to be?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me explain. Let me explain for chat first.
You should explain Dispo mine first.
No, let's do it in a bit. I want to explain Cass first. I will absolutely explain Dispo mine. I forget ropes is fucking comedy gold. Anyway, so the cast system in Exalted. In Exalted, you play as a Solar Exalt, someone blessed by the Unconquered Sun, with the ability to do anything perfectly. Anything you put your mind to, you will become pretty much instantly good at. So much so that you could do actually supernatural feats. Yes, do praise the sun. Fucking right, Scald. To that end, there are 5 different flavors of Solar Exalt that are all that have jurisdiction over a certain set of abilities. They're not locked into only these abilities, but they're the ones that they're known for. So the first is the Dawncast, who is the generals and warriors of the Solars. They fight good and they make big army. If you want to punch people until they stop existing, this is for you. Next up is Zenith. Zenith are the priests and leaders of the Unconquered Sun. They do a lot of talking. Usually they're the face character of the party or the leader of the party. And they're my personal favorite. Then you have the Twilight Cast, who are... who Exalted, the game where you start with god-level powers and level up to attain ungodly amounts of power. Actually, I explained it Exalted really well earlier. It was Exalted starts you by allowing you to kill gods with a little g, and then eventually you kill God with a big G. Anyway, Twilight Exalts are really, really good at lore and magic and knowing stuff. They're the book nerds of the Exalts, and my second favorite.
I am book nerd.
And Blackthorn wants to play one.
Guys, let me show you my new spell. It makes me turn into birds.
Did you know I was cursed to turn into a bird? Hey, Queen. Then we've got the Nightcast, who are the rogues, assassins, and sneaks of the Unconquered Sun. Believe it or not, just because it's nighttime doesn't mean the Unconquered Sun can't order a stabbing on your ass. And that is what the Nightcast is for. They're spies, and they do things that, aren't polite.
Hello.
Skull definitely wants to be one. I think it fits him very, very much.
Very much.
Yeah, when you said you wanted to be knight, I was like, checks out, no further questions. And lastly, there's the Eclipse cast, who are kind of the diplomats and jacks of all trade of the Solar Exalts. They have the ability to learn charms from pretty much anyone, which is unheard of, and they can make it so that if you break your word, reality breaks you back. It's good time. So those are the 5 casts. Let's talk, guys. Scald, you said you were a knight, right?
Sure am.
So a knight. Every Exalt has a supernal ability, the thing that they are best at. Chat. Scald, what did you pick?
I decided I was gonna swap over to investigation.
Really? I thought you were larceny supernal.
I was thinking about it, but I decided for now I really want to double down on that.
Okay, fair enough. After character creation, you cannot swap your supernal, just so you know. Okay, as long as you know. Investigation is a good one, though. With good investigation charms, you can discover things that have no evidence to back them up. It's hilarious.
Yeah, some of these charms for investigation are just ludicrous. I'm looking forward to that.
Well, I have news for you. They are not ludicrous. Investigation's actually fairly well balanced. Welcome to Exalted.
Rock on.
Yeah, this should be a good time. Blackthorn, what do you? You're
A cult.
You're a Twilight. What's your supernal ability?
A cult.
I'm sorry, you keep breaking up. Are
A
you
cult!
Oh my god, my ears. Oh, you fucking
I was like,
had that
holy
coming.
fuck for my ears.
The good news is my audio control is on fucking point, so he didn't blow out everyone in chat's eardrums.
Sorry, chat. I didn't mean to.
No, I
I
controlled
was
it.
only
You're good.
trying to be a dick to Jordan.
If it helps, you're fine. This is good. We did it.
I'm sorry, Aki.
Yeah, Aki got fucked, but meh. So occult supernal means you're good at magic stuff.
Levana, no.
Why is Blackthorn echoing so much? Levana, Blackthorn's been dead for 20 years. You have to let him go. Anyway.
Meanwhile, Exalted.
Yeah, let's talk about Exalted. So, what's a good occult charm? What's your favorite that you've seen so far?
I haven't actually looked into them very much. I know it's kind of core for sorcery, which was my big, like, this is what I want to dig into.
Yeah.
So what I will say, is that, among my
careful.
favorite, spell,
Uh-huh.
if I may,
Mm-hmm.
allows me to turn into a flock of fucking birds.
Oh,
And
weird.
also,
why?
when I get
Why
a
Are they
specifically
bonus
fucking
intense-
Okay,
birds?
yeah, I was about to say, is that specifically they're all fucking or like
You know, they could be.
Why is that?
Because
he's an exalted, Jordan?
because masturbation. Because
I-
they're all me.
Yeah, that's very confusing.
Like that's the
I
ultimate
like to masturbate
self-cessed.
while flying in a flock of versions of myself.
I hate this conversation. All right, Hacky, let's swiftly
no.
segue over to you. I'm gonna pivot away
Swift
from
like
that.
a flock of birds.
Stop.
No.
What you want to be the Zenith, right? You're our
Yes.
Zenith.
So, I originally went Dawn, because I had played Exalted before, and like I absolutely clowned on entire enemies. That was really fun. But I made my character, and then I kind of realized that she was more fitting towards Zenith, and also having somebody that's played Exalted before as the Zenith might help the party.
That
Which
is
is,
true.
I like my friends, so I'm willing to
So,
do a little sacrifice to assist.
little out of character information for my party. When you exalt as a solar, you suddenly get a rush of power, and everything you attempt becomes almost childishly easy. That's all, however. You just become supernally good at whatever you're trying to do. Pretty much anything you're trying to do ever, unless you're a Zenith. When you exalt as a Zenith, the unconquered sun appears before you and speaks with you. Because, you see, Zenith are his most beloved. So, fun little tidbit. The sun says hi, basically.
I smell DM favoritism. What?
I'm pretty sure Zenith wrote that in the book.
Yeah.
They did not. The Unconquered Sun wrote it. Trust me, the Zenith High Priest told me so.
Uh-huh.
Correct. Yes. Okay, cool. So we've got our Nightcast, our Twilight, and our Zenith. We have a Dawn and a Eclipse, but the Eclipse is having computer issues, and the Dawn couldn't make it tonight. So
I just want to quickly pipe in here with what now I think might be my favorite charm, just because of how silly it sounds, is I can eat ghosts.
yes, you can. Yep.
Nom 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 nom.
No.
Give me that tasty ectoplasm.
You go, Pac-Man.
Holy shit.
You
It's
are
great, 'cause
literally
my
Pac-Man.
I'm pretty sure my character's bald. Like, that's...
I mean, that is the best way to be, so checks out.
Well, I just figured if I wanted to do a fantasy character, something that I'm largely unfamiliar with, something that's just really far and out there, that I would be rid of my luscious locks here and try something that's just so bizarre and
Okay, yeah.
just questionable, you know?
You take 37 aggravated damage.
Cool. What does that mean?
Well, okay, so let's take a look at your character sheet, and I'll pop over to mine. So just real quick, if you scroll down to the bottom of the first page there, you see health levels, and it's a bunch of boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't. You probably don't have all these boxes, but can you count out those boxes and let me know how many there are? Hot take: Pac-Man is just a Simpson with male-bladdered baldness. What the fuck? Oh, that's so weird.
32, so less than 37.
Okay, cool. So there's three kinds of damage in this game. There's bashing damage, which you get from like a punch or maybe a bat, something that will leave bruises and may end up breaking bones, but probably won't. Then there's lethal damage, which is, you get stabbed or shot, bone is broken, like it's a real problem. You could die from lethal damage. And then there's aggravated damage, which is from things like massive radiation doses, fire, being immersed in acid, supernatural weaponry. Aggravated damage is similar to lethal damage in that it can kill you dead, but also it's almost impossible to heal with magic. So anyway, take 37 aggravated damage, you fuck, and write a new character.
Sure, let me get right on that here. I'm just gonna make a copy of this exact character sheet for ease.
Okay, cool.
And backstory, it's my character's twin brother.
Okay, great. I realized I was in the wrong character sheet, actually. Here we go. This is the right one. Okay. So, let's talk about your character sheet, shall we? So it's got your name, your concept. Your concept is what you are as like a person or a character. So it's not like Solar or Hero. It's going to be something like convenience store clerk, for example. It's just kind of what you started off as a human. I will note that we are going to be playing in the real, actual Earth. This one that we live in right now. If you look to your left, and you look to your right, statistically, you will have looked at the place that we will be playing.
That's uncomf.
You get brownie points if you destroy my neighborhood.
So we will not be. We will be filing the serial numbers off of some things like people who we know. Obviously, if you go into your own house, you don't live there. You know what I mean?
Of course.
And we will also probably be avoiding local issues. So I've put some thought into this, and while I know that a fair amount of our viewership is from the same area we are, the local issues thing is a little touchy for me, because obviously I have strong opinions on the things going on around me. So we're going to avoid fixing things like, for example, the Wet'suwet'en protests. I don't want to get into it on the channel because it's not what this is for. This is for video games and fun and tabletop and stuff like that. But we will be avoiding issues like that.
So, out of curiosity, for local issues like that, are they just like not happening in the world?
Yeah, we'll say they are. The
local
area
government stuff in the area that we live in is probably not going to be relevant.
Yep.
Okay.
That is entirely up to you guys.
Unless
the focus of this campaign,
unless it's made up.
I may make up some random bullshit that just isn't true, but don't go like, man, I really wish that I specifically can buy a house in this neighborhood and seek to fix that, because it just won't be a thing. So that said, my plan is for you guys, at least in the first of 3 acts, to basically pick issues that you're interested in resolving that are not local issues and go out and fix them. Your Solar Exalts, you have the ability to fix anything you set your mind to. There are charms that let you convince evil people to be good, straight up. I'm gonna recommend some reading to get a feel for what being an Exalt is like. There is a fan fiction out there by the name of Glorious Shotgun Princess. It's written by someone with far more talent than I, and in it features Commander Shepard, FemShep, as a Solar Exalt. And it is glorious. Highly recommend. It is now finished. Aki, you should probably read it.
Listen here, you fucking numpty. I'm gonna kick your ass.
There's no
Okay,
story.
so
Like there's an implication that Aki
here's
hasn't read
the
it,
thing.
which is
No.
unlikely.
So here's the thing. This was quite a very long fanfic. I'm not gonna lie, it is long.
Yeah, it's good though. Hard to put down.
It absolutely. However, Jordan was just like, you should read this fanfic. I started reading it. I got really like into it. Like I was reading it every moment I could.
It's really good.
And when I got to the end, the writer announced that they were going on hiatus for a while. And that was like a year ago when I was reading this. And then I threw my phone at Jordan.
But I've reread it since then, and I recall it's now done. Even if it's not, I will point out that it is actually a really good example of what an Exalt acts like and what you can kind of expect. Obviously, we're not setting our game in the Mass Effect universe. We're setting it in a different one. But, basically, you could do stuff like jump entirely up skyscraper and punch through bulletproof glass, or run on an avalanche just because you gain purchase on the single snowflakes that fall in its rage.
Is it possible technically then to acquire some kind of like like an ancient sword, and then say some kind of passphrase that allows me to rocket off to the moon? Is that...
So real quick, I'd like to,
Blackthorn
if
has
I
left the chat. Anyway, what?
okay, if I could read a little bit of an excerpt from Gloria Shotgun Princess. It's literally from the first chapter.
Hey, Nick. Yeah, go ahead.
Cool. And they enter the tower, gunshots marking their passage, and up the side of the building, a single solitary figure runs up toward the peak, and with a symbol of the sun blazing on her forehead.
Mm-hmm.
Floors pass in a blur. 4 floors at a time, the white and silver blur shoots into the sky, each handhold turning into another impossible leap. The surface of Ilium recedes further and further as she ascends, leaping, turning into feet on the side of the building, a run of impossible speeds propelling her skyward. Glass cracks beneath her feet, metal warps underneath her heel. Floors pass in a blur as she approaches the zenith of the tower, skidding to a stop and climbing up in front of a clear blue-lined window. Like, she literally ran up the side of a building.
The side of a completely smooth, with no handhold at all, skyscraper.
Mm-hmm.
She then goes inside and punches people. It's wonderful. Blocking bullets while she does so. Good times.
Yeah.
Which brings up a point. You guys probably... your characters will still treat them as a real threat, but bullets probably won't do a whole lot to an Exalt. And I'll be making the regular guns, if you guys happen to get shot at, reflect their power relative to you. However, if you take archery charms, you may apply them to guns.
Right here.
Okay. The only differences will be that gun is loud, and less... probably some charms won't work from archery over to a firearm, but we can either adapt them or you can make up new ones. Charms are not a magic thing that you do. They're not a spell. They're an extension of your abilities. So no Solar Exalt in the world thinks, I'm going to punch this guy using Heaven Thunderhammer. They just go, I'm going to punch this fucker real hard, and then the charm Heaven Thunderhammer activates, and you knock them against the wall so hard that they go through it, the wall behind it, and the guy behind the wall behind it. Anyway. So just so you know. What was I talking about other than that? We're talking about Gloria Shotgun Princess, which... Oh, so good.
We're looking at character sheet, and you were kind of just going down the list. We got to...
Concept.
Concept.
The second thing. Name is your personal name. Go ahead and put that in there.
You mean the name of our character?
Yes. Oh, look,
because
it's young
player
Sun.
Has
yeah,
player
the
is
player
where we
is
put
you.
our name.
It's the player is your name. Is you. So I would put in there Jorb. That's it. Jorb, not a vampire. Okay, so Anima. Oh, Anima. Oh, I love it so. Okay, so since you are a no, sorry, I don't watch anime. Since you are a superhero, in all but name, you get a cool, awesome aura. So you will, when you spend enough essence, peripheral essence, you get first your cast mark flares to life on your forehead and radiates sunlight. So if you're a Dawn, it's a half circle filled at the top. If you are at the top? I think? I'll have to think about that.
That's Twilight.
Oh, okay. So it would be half circle filled at the bottom? No, I think it's just a...
Dawn?
Yeah. No.
Dawn is a circle with lines around it.
Yes, right. I never get the cast marks right. Anyway.
Zenith is just a circle filled in, and
Twilight
Night is a circle with a hole in it.
Yeah, and then
and Eclipse is a circle with a hole in it with another circle in it that's filled in.
Yeah, a circle and a dot. Anyway, That flares to life on your forehead, marking you as a solar exalt. Anyone who knows what that means will probably hear shit their pants. But if they don't, you're likely about to get in one hell of a fight. Then, as you spend more and more essence, you start to glow more and more until you reach what's called what's it called here? Bonfire. So when you reach bonfire, sunlight literally pours out of you in every direction, light just leaking everywhere. It flows like liquid out of your clothing onto the ground, and it radiates like real sunlight from everywhere else. You literally become light bulb. This can be extremely bad for anyone with, let's say, allergies to sunlight. You can't cause sunburns with this, just so you know. It's not that kind of sunlight. But you can burn the fuck out of vampires with it.
Nah, I got a flamethrower for that.
Flame pieces are pretty fun. Lastly, and the reason I like this system so much, is the iconic anima banner. So past bonfire, when you are really going all out, blowing essence like there's no tomorrow, because quite possibly there isn't. Solar exalts don't deal with small issues as a matter of course. But then your exaltation's personal unique aura comes out, and each of them is special to that exaltation. Not to your character, but to the exaltation that you now possess, which is technically separate. When you die and reincarnate in the cycle, your exaltation goes somewhere else. But these can be very unique. Aki, could you tell me what yours was when you were a Dawn? I really like yours.
Give me 2 seconds and I'll actually just straight up bring it up.
Great.
Because I had, sorry, Bub just got home, so I was just saying hi.
Blackthorn, look at the stream.
I'm looking at the stream.
If I had to scroll down 2 pages.
Yeah. That was the page that I was describing to you.
No. I was here. Here.
Oh my god.
And then I scrolled down 4 pages. And there's the cast marks. So, chat, here's the cast marks. Dawn, Zenith, Twilight, Night, and Eclipse.
So, real quick, I'm reading out what my anima banner is, or when I said my name for the first time.
Your anima banner. We'll cover that other thing later.
Okay. So basically, my previous character was a Dawncast, and we were fighting an army, and basically my full anima banner with the full flare was all of my previous exaltations came forth to help me fight an entire army by myself.
That's sick as hell.
It was really cool. She did combat actions in that scene against enemy groups. So if to give you an idea of how powerful fucking Solar is, enemy armies are usually made into a combat group block that you fight solo.
Do you want me to read the thing that I wrote?
Not yet.
Okay.
But
let me know. I do want to before the end of the session.
Oh, you absolutely will. Absolutely, it's cool as fuck. So there could be like in Aki's case, she was up against demons. So there were like 100 demons or more in each of these blocks, and she described herself going through all of them alone and killing them en masse. It was ridiculous how powerful she was in that moment. It was great. And it was like, it was all hunky-dory within the rules. She basically got to delete an army of demons every round or something like that. It was silly. I love Exalted. But you want to describe it, Aki?
You want me to read the thing?
Yes, read the thing.
Oh, okay. I asked if you wanted
I
to
said
read the
in
thing.
a
You're
bit.
like, no.
In a bit.
Let me say one sentence, and then you can say the thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Okay.
exactly what I said.
So, Morrigan stands, and a ray of sunlight illuminates her form and coalesces into bright golden armor that shines like the sunlight that formed it. She begins to walk towards the enemy, a steady stride that most mortals would part like the biblical Red Sea for. Her indomitable spirit and fierce determination evident in her body language. It spoke of countless wars fought, duels won, enemies outmatched. It spoke of an inevitable end for whatever her target was, and more than a little fear flitted through the army's hearts. The dawn cast begins to blaze with light, her cast mark glowing brilliantly on her forehead. The army, their judgment clouded by the depths of emotions they were feeling, charged towards the warrior, intent of destroying this threat. As two of the faster ones approached, slicing down upon the dawn's head, there was a flash of light, and they're blocked by two forms made of sunlight, and the warrior continues to stride ever forward. The Exalted recognize them as kin, as allies from lifetimes past, but to the army, they're just more small threats. And more of the army begins to focus on the dawn walking forward. Each attack is met with another soldier of sunlight, another copy of the warrior cast's exaltations. The army then begins to charge only the dawn, finally recognizing her for the threat that she is, and Morrigan continues to stride towards the final confrontation. More and more warriors of sunlight block the army until the entire army is fighting multiple copies of each of the dawn's exaltations, and Morrigan is free to walk the final few steps. She places her hands together and draws a blade of sunlight from nothing. I am the triumphal blade of Orichalcum. Her voice booms over the battlefield as if she were 10 times her size, and all of the copies draw identical blades of sunlight as Morrigan gracefully steps into a readied stance. In the name of the Sun Emperor, she blinks forward, a flash of sun bursting over every enemy on the battlefield, as the Dawn army strikes as one, their collective lifetimes of experience striking with pinpoint accuracy. Morrigan appears behind the army as if she struck through it herself, her blade shattering into shards of light as the weapons of the army splinter into harmless pieces. And I decree this fight is over.
And, it was.
Yeah.
That is fucking badass.
That was a 3-die stunt.
Yeah.
Nice.
I literally put it to music.
Yeah, it was really good. Yeah, and she fucking, and then she's like, the best part in my opinion was that after that you're like, I want to make a melee roll.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, you win. Like, it's unlikely that they would have survived had you not stunted that at all. And then after that, I'm like, obviously, I just have to let this go. Yeah, so Exalted is that kind of game. The descriptions used in it include words such as perfect, inevitable, unstoppable. A Solar Exalt, like a Dawncast, an enemy can no more wound a Dawncast Solar than they could spite the face of the sun itself. It's just pointless to try. People still do all the time because they're dumb, but it always ends the same way. You know, unless you're something that could challenge a Solar Exalt, but don't worry about it. There's nothing like that out here. Yeah. Let's talk about, what else should we talk about?
That is hovering over the page of Abyssal Exalts.
I don't know what you're talking about. Don't look at any of these. This is not real. This isn't a thing. Ignore that. Yeah. See? Not a thing.
She said desperately.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, but I would like you to look to your left, and then your right, and then behind you. Do you see any Abyssal Exalts?
I'm gonna guess that doesn't actually pertain to whether or not they're there.
It absolutely does, unless they're a day cast, in which case you're fucked.
Apparently there was one in my closet. Who knew?
Oh, have fun dying. Jesus Christ.
That's like if certain religions come to your door and ask you if you found Jesus. If you just answer yes, what happens?
They usually think that you mean that you like are Christian. I like to say stuff like, yeah, and he never pays rent.
No, I have. He's definitely not here behind the door with a gun.
No, he's not here. He's here. Please help. He's. I've not found Jesus. Please, he's right behind me. Anyway, cool. So that's your anima banner. All right, guys, we're working our way down the character sheet. We've managed to make it 4 spaces, and 2 of those are name. Actually, now that I think about it, we should talk about names.
God damn it.
All right, so
the real fight in Exalted is character building.
The real fight in Exalted is figuring out the prettiest way to say I hit him 15 times. Character names. So your character name before your exaltation is going to be pretty easy. Just make it a name. Your name after you exalt is quite a bit more flowery. So it could be something like what was your Don Aki? Will I think of another one here?
The Triumphal Blade of Orichalcum.
Mm-hmm. You could be the Perfect Pursuit of Justice, or you could be the Sun's Beneficent Gaze Made Manifest. Things like that. It's names that unfold like a lotus blossom. They're a lot. If you don't know what to do, you could always read the Exalted book for some examples, or you could Google, and I don't tell anyone that I told you this, but you can just Google Exalted Name Generator and find
Hey,
it.
chat, you can Google Exalted Name Generator.
Now, hear me out.
Shush.
What if I decided that my name was Blessed Blade of the Windseeker?
I would tell you no, because I don't want to support that company in any way, shape, or form.
Noted.
Yep. Blizzard sucks dicks, and they deserve to stop being a company. Anyway, what was that?
I pulled up the generator, and I just want to read the top 2 on the
Hell
longer
yeah.
names. That would be the word of 6 times, or and in the of, from, and.
Okay, you got a great generator there. The word of 6 times is great. Of.
It's like that.
Holy shit.
Give me 2 seconds. I just gotta bring it.
He's here. And
It has 182 saves. That's why it's at the top of the list.
Fault. It's really
So it's like the Chinese poem.
Moon is at the top of the
Oh my
2
god.
names.
Oh my god. Sorry. Nick says, yeah, he's here, and he keeps opening my stone door to my wine vault. Like, it's really annoying. Raccoons keep getting inside. He does it like every 3 days or whatever. Could you take him off my hands? Referring to Jesus.
So real quick. So that's pretty the up is like very close to The Lion-Eating Poet in the Stone Den by it's a poem written in the 1930s by Chinese linguist
Yugen right.
Gao,
Yeah.
which is literally just sure the whole way through.
Yep. Could you read us like a sentence there, Aki?
I can do my best.
Just a little bit, so you get an idea for what the poem is like.
Okay.
Just like maybe like 5 words.
Sure. Which is
one of them.
fun fact. That's a word. Sure.
Perfect. Okay, great. That is a very serious poem in Chinese, Mandarin specifically.
The first line is, a poet named Sure lived in a stone house and liked to eat lion flesh, and he vowed to eat 10 of them.
Good. You know what? Good for him. Good.
Yeah.
You gotta have goals, right? Squad goals, even. Anyway, for your name, please don't pick of, but do find something that works well for an exaltation. If you need specific help, reach out to me. I can help you out. Next up is cast, which we've already discussed. Look at that. And supernal ability, which we've also already discussed.
Except for mine.
Oh, yeah. What is your supernal ability, Aki?
Fucking presence.
Oh, and what, pray tell, is your favorite charm from Presence?
Look at me, I'm the captain now.
What? What?
I know exactly what it does, and I haven't even read it.
So, let me scroll forever.
Oh my god, your scroll wheel is super loud.
Sorry.
You should be. Shame that scroll wheel.
Yeah, if you shame it, maybe
Okay.
it'll get looped up. Won't be so loud.
Exactly.
I can just, I can push a button and unhook it, which is fun.
Okay. Anyway.
Which,
I am the captain now?
Okay, real quick. So I specifically got this mouse for Untitled Goose Game, which we should play.
We absolutely should.
So here's the thing. So you can keybind honk to the scroll wheel.
Oh no.
Oh no!
And if I unhook the scroll wheel, I'll find the video that inspired me to literally spend more money on this mouse.
Aki, can you ensure that you have that downloaded?
Yes, I will.
I
I think I might need to buy it for PC, but yes.
I will also make sure I have that downloaded, and if we have time tonight,
I don't have it downloaded right now, my dude.
okay, well, fucking download it.
I need to buy it for PC.
Okay, so
huh?
I'm the captain now, is
Yes.
called.
So, scroll past the 96 things of fucking performance. So, it is.
Oh, what happened, Nick? Nick figured out what's wrong with his computer.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, I'll read you the description first, and then the name. So the lawgiver sits at the cycle of events, shining with a spirit that casts all others in relief. Once per scene, she may use this charm to enact a free, full presence, performance, or socialize excellency. It's called Crowned King of Eternity.
So you can
Look
use
at me. I'm the captain now.
So you can use a full excellency without using a full excellency?
Yeah.
Does it count as non-charm dice, or does it still count as charm dice?
I just read you the thing.
Does it
I
say
don't
though?
know.
It does it say specifically these count as non-charm dice?
No.
Okay, you can't stack it with an excellency then, but still, that's really good.
But
You
Crowned
have
King of
two
Eternity.
8 gig RAM running dual and a stick of 16. The stick of 16 was fucked. Oh, that sucks.
At least it's like,
You know what? RAM being the problem though, that you kind of lucked out.
yeah.
T, get you that potato. Do it.
There's also one in Presence that's literally like I Superman I ray you and I absolutely blank out your memories for a moment.
What?
Mind wiping gaze.
What the
The solar
fuck?
sheds the entire force of her presence out through her eyes. Their intense stare penetrates the soul of her target, momentarily blanking out his memories. When the Exalt perceives a character who is about to make a social influence attempt she agrees with, or wishes to stifle for whatever reason, she may use this charm, rolling an action against her target's resolve to extinguish the candle of his mind. If successful, her target forgets his social objective for the rest of the scene, and may only remember it if reminded, and only then by paying 1 willpower.
Wait. So Aki just like walks.
Page 372.
Aki just like walks into a room, trips on her way in, is like, ah, shit, and then just looks at everyone, and then kicks the door in and walks in very cautiously and like, hello, this is the first time I am seeing you.
Yes and no, because
Yeah,
it's
I know
like,
it makes them forget their
somebody's just
social
like-
objective. I get it.
Yeah, somebody's just like, I don't like this person, and I just like, I do the anime, like, I look at them and my eyes glow red, and they're like, what was I saying?
What was
And
I
I just
doing?
I just delete their sim action.
Yeah, I was about to say you just give them. I was gonna say sim symptoms, but that is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then I put them in the pool, and I use my exalted strength to delete
remove
the
all
ladder.
of the ladders
Oh my god.
from existence. The ladders were never there.
Yeah, and then I simply do not look.
No, solar exalts can't fuck with fate. Well, unless they go up there and do it themselves.
What if I beat him to death with the ladder in the pool?
You can absolutely do that as a solar exalt.
Neat.
You could also beat him to death with the pool as a solar exalt. So, just pick that fucker up and use it like a bludgeon.
In communist Russia, pool swims in you.
Oh my god. T's apparently playing pool death game. Good, T. Now, can you pick up the pool and use it to kill someone? Also, hey, Witch, good to see you. We're just doing our session 0 for Exalted, so welcome, join in. Feel free to chat at us. Okay. Where were we? Oh, hey, Aki.
I was busy scrolling, but yes.
Do you have another charm that you quite like?
Yeah,
Maybe
I have a couple.
maybe a charm that allows you to do something relating to the sea or
Okay, you can scroll down to page 387. I'm not doing it. I'm busy trying to write out my charms.
No.
for this character.
You don't need to read it out to me. Just can you tell me what this charm that you are thinking of, not me, is?
Oh, ship claiming stance.
Oh, ship claiming stance. Right. Yeah, that okay. Obviously pain to set up aside, I totally forgot that it had a real name.
Yeah, that's why I was just like, no, eat dicks. It's this name.
All right. Witch. They're actually not going to suffer as much in this than they compared to Curse of Strahd. You see, like Curse of Strahd,
Desperately.
the world is a dark place in Exalted. You know, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but if a world needs something like an Exalt, then stuff's probably bad.
Yeah, it's literally doomed to end. That's just how it goes.
But an Exalt can fix the problems. Like, a Solar Exalt legitimately can save the world from anything.
You know what I just realized?
What?
Here's the thing. So, imagine an Exalted goes to Barovia.
That would
And
be
just-
a hilariously short
here's the
campaign.
thing. Yeah, because I'd walk up to Strahd, I'd go full anima banner, and melt him off the face of the earth.
Not even. You'd walk up to Strahd and be like, Strahd, maybe just fucking don't be such an incel. And he'd be like, oh my god, that is totally what I am. And then he would stop, and the Dark Powers would be like, well, he's boring now, and kick him out.
Jordan, I'd be like, walk up to him and be like, displane mine. And then Strahd would sail off into the sun.
Okay, so the charm that Aki is talking about is called Ship Claiming Stance, which says, "Hey, yo, Strahd, your dick is small," and then he would be very.
I I simply send Strahd a
strongly worded letter.
strongly worded letter.
Okay, I've got 2 charm stories to tell now. First one is ship claiming stance, or as I like to call it, disboat mine. It allows you to spiritually claim ownership of any ship that has not already been claimed by an essence user, such as a Solar Exalt. And the way it works is you walk onto a boat, you get into your ship claiming stance, which for me is a wide squat, and you say,
I'm just gonna shit on this deck. It's mine now.
And you say, disboat mine.
I'm gonna
and
literally
then,
make this a poop deck.
Actually, let's make it so let's make it relevant to our modern world. So say, for sake of argument, you walk onto an aircraft carrier. And
I'm not planning on doing that. Not at all.
You stand on it, and then you say, disboat mine. You will immediately be arrested by military officials who will be very upset with you. And after a lot of questioning, they'll lead you off the ship, and you'll be gone.
After I talk my way off the ship.
And then the captain will go, okay, well, we should get underway. So let's, what was it called? Jesus, what was it? And then
Can you make the same joke that you did at work the other day, please? Because holy shit, that was so funny.
I can indeed. I was working up to it.
Thank you.
Then he looks over at his navigation officer, who's looking at the radar and sat nav and stuff like that, and he's going like, there are so many fucking buttons, what do I do with them? And then meanwhile on the deck there's like a boatswain who's like tying something up, and he's like, I've forgotten ropes. Basically what it does, or I forgot ropes.
Jordan, it's bosun.
Whatever.
And 2, you like looked at your hands while you were holding rope.
I did do that.
I forgot rope.
I did do that.
No, just rope. 1 rope.
I forgot rope.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyway,
I love lamp, but exalted.
What it does is it makes it so anyone you do not personally allow onto your ship gets massive penalties to using said ship. So crew of like very experienced sailors will all of a sudden not know the first fucking thing about sailing because, and I cannot stress this enough, disboat mine. I love that charm so much because it's like the first sail charm you get. And you literally walk onto someone else's boat and you're like, I own this now. And they're like, fuck, because you basically do. And it's not a larceny charm somehow. Solars fly first class whether you like it or not. What? Can you explain that one, Scald?
Well, if I'm not in first class, we're not going anywhere. I'm just gonna walk back off, and yeah, you guys can. Good luck flying that plane.
Displane mine. Walk off. Watch him crash down the runway. The pilot's like looking at the stick. He's just like, which way is up? Oh fuck, which way is up? Slams forward on the throttle.
The God in his eyes.
The small car that helps them like back out of the terminal. Like the guy just gets out and just starts trying to push the plane. It's like, this is how this works, right? Yeah, you gotta push.
Gotta push good. Gotta push. Gotta
you just
push.
walk on site to the latest SpaceX project, and then you're just like, this ship mine. Elon Musk's like,
Mr. Misk.
So
This space station mine.
I do have some rules questions.
Yeah, I was gonna tell another Exalted Charm story, but a rules question would be great to break that up. So please.
I'm just looking at intimacies, and I'm wondering about some good examples.
Oh, okay. So intimacies are things that your character values in some way. So for the most part, these are things like people you care about or ideals you hold. They're basically a way for you to codify your character's personality in the game. They're used in social combat, so you definitely want them, and you can also draw on your intimacies, as long as it is appropriate in the moment, to give yourself some much-needed power when the time calls for it. For example, you could have an intimacy of pursuing justice, and when chasing down a slaver, you're out of motes, and you're out of rolls, you're tired, you're exhausted even, you're having a hard time keeping up with them, but you draw on your intimacy to pursue justice, get a few more dice in your roll, and catch them.
Right on.
Or if you are undergoing like outside mental influence, like something's trying to control your mind, you could draw on the love of your wife, for example, to help shield you from that influence. This does not spend the love of your wife.
I just looked at the back of the book where it says Armies of the Chosen, which I'm assuming are like credits.
Mm-hmm.
And under the top of Heroic Mortal, it says a spectacularly large rodent.
Mm-hmm. Those are backers.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was a Kickstarter project.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. So a spectacularly large rodent gave some money.
Cool.
Yeah, you can use the power of friendship, which that is correct. One of your intimacies can be a strong belief in the power of friendship. So that's intimacies. Does that answer your question?
Yep, more or less.
Okay. They are rated to, like, I think they're minor, strong, and defining. So, if you've got a minor intimacy with someone, you kind of like them or hate them or whatever. If you've got a strong intimacy with someone, that relationship defines a part of you. Or you could have a defining intimacy with someone, and that relationship is critical to your personality. So, Aki and I, for example, have a defining intimacy, and I won't say if it's love or hate.
Eat dicks.
Because I'm not sure. Anyway, yeah. So, different intensities are used in different ways. Intimacies are a bit of a double-edged sword, though. So if you're in social combat and someone figures out one of your intimacies, they can use that as a pain point to adjust your thoughts and personality. The way to avoid this, of course, is integrity charms, which allow you to do things like stick your fingers in your ears and tell them to eat dicks.
Eat dicks.
Thanks, buddy.
What?
What? Anyway, that's intimacies. What was my other charm story? Aki?
Eat dicks.
There are charms for that, but no, that's not what I meant.
What?
I mean, there's dodge charms.
There are dodge charms, but that wasn't the one I was going to talk about. It was Disboat mine, and then there was one other one that you brought up, and I can't remember what it was, because I'm not very smart.
Yeet into the sun?
Oh, no, a strongly worded letter. Okay.
Strongly worded letter, yeah.
Thank you very much, Scald. So there is a charm that allows you to punch someone so hard that they fly over the horizon, and wherever they land, there's like a big explosion, kind of like a nuke.
Team Rocket is blasting off again.
Team Rocket is blasting off again. It's a ridiculously powerful brawl charm in Solar Hero style that it pretty much kills whatever you punch, unless it's capable of tanking that kind of thing, and if you're using that level of power, chances are it is. There's an upgrade to that ability that Infernal Exalts have, which, don't worry about what an Infernal Exalt is, that allows them, when they do that, to punch someone so hard they fly off over the horizon. Where they land, a big explosion occurs that spreads tainted essence that poisons the land, and that person continues through the ground all the way down to hell, where they end up. They do not get to pass go or collect $200, or cross the desert of Ceciline, which takes 5 days to do, except if you get punched there, which Ceciline really doesn't like, so she's going to be mad at you. Also, you punched through Malpheus physically, which hurts him. He's also not gonna like you. So just to give you a kind of a score sheet of what this is like, you get punched so hard you blow up. You go through the underworld to hell, punch through hell. In wherever you land, if you somehow manage to survive all this, you already have 2 Yozi enemies. It's brutal. But that's not the best part about this charm. The best part is this. This can be done as a brawling attack, a martial arts attack, or a written social attack. So you can send someone the most strongly worded letter possible.
To whom it may concern.
To whom
Go to hell.
it may concern. Fuck your entire face. Sincerely, Punch.
Sounds like my
Signs
last
off with their true name just cuz.
Sounds like my last trip to Taco Bell.
Oh my god.
My god.
Which it is extremely anime. This game is, I think its inspiration list is like 50% anime. And its video game inspiration list is also 50% anime. I saw Final Fantasy VIII in there, I think. I'm trying to scroll through the art so that people can see it in the chat. Something to look at instead of my gross dumb face. Oh, this one has a T-Rex. Perfect. So, intimacies, charms. Let's talk attributes. Okay, this one's pretty easy. There's 3 categories of attributes. They're broken up into physical, social, and mental. The physical ones are strength, dexterity, and stamina. Social ones are charisma, manipulation, and appearance. And mental are perception, intelligence, and wits. They're all rated from 1 point to 5 points. And bottom line, they're how many dice you get to roll when I tell you to roll, say, strength and whatever. So if I tell you to roll strength and you've got 4 strength, you add 4 dice to that dice pool. Make sense?
Yep.
Everyone played World of Darkness before?
Yep.
At any rate, 1 strength for a normal human is, and I cannot stress this enough, enough to lift 2 microwaves. It's... You're not particularly strong, but you're not like an invalid, right? For a mortal, strength 5 is you are the fucking mountain. You're literally world-class strongman.
You are literally Eddie Hall.
Yeah, you are a large boy. For an exalt...
Fun fact, I actually based a lot of Grimm's humor and her beefcakiness off of Eddie Hall. Because Eddie Hall's very short, but
Really?
he's just like strong. Yeah.
Oh.
He's like my height.
Oh.
Yeah. I'll look it up and make sure, but yeah.
Okay, well, damn. So, if you're an exalt, your stats are a little higher. Strength 1, I believe, allows you to... Well, let me look it up. No, I'm skipping over art. I should have 2 pages of this. That would be smart. We'll do this. And this. And that. So that I can keep the art there, but also look up rules. See, I'm thinking. I'm smart. Everyone
I
say
was
I'm
wrong.
smart.
He is 6'1".
He's as short
But,
as
like-
I am. 6'1", said the extremely...
Okay, to be
To-
fair,
Chad has never seen how tall you are. You could say you're like 6'7", and they wouldn't know.
I mean, that's fair. To be fair, like, Halfthor Bjornsson,
Uh-huh.
is, 6, almost 6'8".
Damn, that is a big
So-
boy.
To be fair, Eddie looks like a fucking toddler next to Halfthor.
Literally
So-
the mountain.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's name literally means the son of bear, so fair enough, right?
Bearson?
Fair.
Bjornsson.
Bjornsson.
Son of Bear. That does check out, yeah. I know because I listened to what you just said and then repeated it. Okay. Oh, interesting. Exalts don't actually have more raw attributes. Actually, I should have known that. Solar Exalts don't. Now, other Exalts may have different powers. I will not elaborate on that. But Solar Exalts, you have the same kind of range as humans do. That said, you're likely to have higher total scores than mortals. You're just built different. Literally, you were built differently. The exaltation was crafted specifically to make you better. There's a saying that there's no ugly exalts. The exaltation makes you more than you are. It keeps you yourself, but it also removes anything that could be construed as a flaw, for example. So if you were weak before, you're probably not anymore. In fact, you could be quite strong to represent your strength of character, for example. It's the exaltation is a hell of a thing, basically. So anyway, that's attributes. Strength is used when you need to be strong. Dexterity is used when you need to gotta go fast. Stamina is used when you need to last more than 5 minutes when using sex charms. Charisma is how good you are at the talking. Streamers need high charisma. I made it a dump stat because I like playing games on hard mode.
Hey, Jordan.
Uh-huh.
Can you describe to me what the pinnacle of human stamina would be?
Yeah.
In a sex-related scenario.
Okay, cool. So someone who is capable of pleasing 3 partners at once for hours.
Okay.
Don't ask me why that is the pinnacle. It just is.
And, you know what? No further questions.
Cool. Manipulation is your ability to connive and manipulate people into doing what you want, even if they don't want to. This is not necessarily an evil attribute. You can manipulate people towards good ends, but if you're gonna lie, you almost always pair it with manipulation. And appearance is how much people like looking at your dumb face. So, that would also have been a good thing for me to put my points into. What did I put my stats into in real life? No. All right. Next, there's the 3 mental traits.
Jordan just has, every point in the sale.
Yeah, no, I have every point in, occult and also no idea that the occult exists.
Yeah.
I've got occult specialty and also I don't believe in ghosts. Perception is how perceptive you are. This does mean stuff like how well you see shit, but it also means picking up on small details, including in people's behavior or you would walk
D&D
into
insight.
Yeah,
but also insight and perception mixed into one.
You would walk into a town square and immediately realize that the town guards are missing and there's a bunch of people with weapons. That's perception. It's not just your ability to see that there are people with weapons, but the ability to expound upon that knowledge.
Completely fail your perception roll. You notice that the town guards are missing, but there's a bunch of people with weapons. Hot tip, it's the guards.
I love the idea of a Solar Exalt just going fucking batshit in the town square because they forgot what the guard uniform was.
Yeah.
I'll save you, citizens! Please, I have a family! Yeah, knows a lot of fiction. That's right, Witch. Maybe I did put my stats in occult. I do know a lot of vampire fiction. Did I just mute myself? Can I not hear you guys?
No.
You just didn't talk?
No.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just didn't want to...
Yeah, we just didn't laugh at your joke, that's all.
It wasn't a joke. I know lots of vampire fiction. That's just true. Everyone's in chat's just going fiction.
You put points into crying on stream?
No,
I
I let you did. I put most of my points to feeling uncomfortable. Yeah, perception is your ability to perceive and understand. Intelligence is your raw, like, physical, or not physical, but your raw intelligence, how smart you are straight up.
I have an intelligence of 5.
In real life?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So, intelligence is an interesting one. Intelligence and charisma are actually interesting ones. Most DMs will be like, if you're going to talk to someone, I want you to roleplay that, and then you'll roleplay it, and then based on that, they'll tell you to make a roll. I have been bad for that in the past, but I really want you guys to call me out on it. If your character is extremely intelligent, and I ask you to make up a plan, and then I go, that plan's dumb, feel free to be like, well, my character's smarter than I am, so I'm going to fucking roll this. Or if you do some like charisma-based check and you put your foot in your mouth in a big way, feel free to call me out and say, actually, I wouldn't have done that because my character is actually charismatic. Let me roll this. And then when you fail...
I stand on the table,
yeah.
and I go into a large power squat, and I say, this conversation mine.
Drop into a power squat and say, disattention mine. Oh god. Anyway,
that's every single charm is just dis-X mine.
Yeah. Melee is just dis-sword mine.
Occult dis-spirit mine.
Anyway, the last one is wits, which is kind of like your mental dexterity. It's how much you're aware of your or how quickly you think of things, how much you can connect the dots in the moment. Which there are sex charms in this game, so you could say dis-dick mine.
It's probably a charm.
Well, you know, you could look it up.
Yeah, we discussed it earlier. It's a larceny charm.
Oh my god! Can you imagine? Huh. I swear I had a penis before.
Looks up, there's an exalt holding a penis that is unattached to anything.
No, looks up, there's an exalt playing with her new penis. Yeah, which is a great game. You know what?
Trans your gender.
Hey guys, new bottom surgery just dropped. It's called being an exalt.
Oh my god.
Anything's bottom surgery if you're not a coward.
There are specific exalts that can do things actually, like steal your body dysmorphia or cure it, one way or the other. And I don't mean like cure it, like not make you trans, but like make you into what you're supposed to be or make you comfortable in your own skin, whatever you prefer.
Nice.
Yeah, there's a lot of like you could. A sidereal exalt can shoot you with a gun, make you feel better, and give a chair your diseases. For the record, being trans is not a disease. Those two things were unrelated. Just want to make that very clear. Because, Jesus Christ, that was almost terrible. Yes, which you could add to your dick collection. That is true. You could steal enough of them. I want to move on from that gaff.
You just look up. Your dick isn't like you thought you had a dick. You just look up and there's just witch with like this sort of Cthulhu-esque genitalia,
just covering, which is just covered in dicks. Hello.
Attaches another one to the strap
helicopter.
Oh god.
Oh my god, you said that, and at the exact same moment, Witch said I would helicopter all of them.
You might actually take off at that point.
With enough thrust, anything is possible.
So,
wink.
Would that be dex or stamina?
It would probably be a stamina check, but stamina and...
It's not socialized, that's for sure.
It's an
actually check. It would be
melee.
Oh god. Oh my
Because
god.
it's technically not using a
Aki, perfect parry.
weapon.
Sidereal charm. Your dick was never your own. It was always attached to my giant dick flail.
So there's a concept to this game called perfect defenses. Let's get into that a little bit.
When you get hit with it, it just makes you. It does uncomfortable damage.
You take cringe damage.
It's like
Just
the
perfect dick defense.
it's like the Iron Maiden, but hands.
Iron Maiden, but it's just.
I've showed you that one before.
Yes. Dick Exalt always has airspace clearance. Oh no. This is not the first Exalted game I've run. I'm sure I will run more. And I will put you on my list of people who want to play it. At any rate, so perfect defenses. There are a few charms that allow you to perfectly defend yourself against anything. Literally anything. If someone attacks you and you use a perfect parry, it doesn't matter how well they roll, you parry it. It doesn't matter how devastating their attack is, you're just like, ping! No. You could also parry stuff like, if there's a first stage weapon that fires a laser that hits you with infinite damage, you could say perfectly parry that too. Ping! I think that's actually the example used in the book. There's also perfect dodges and perfect soak, which just you don't take damage. Now, when I say anything, I do mean anything. There are examples of Exalts parrying creation. So, if you fall really far, you would take fall damage. Correct? Everyone agree with that?
No.
Well, too bad, because you would. Unless you perfectly parry creation itself, and therefore take no damage. So you're just like, ping! Just walk off. You could also perfectly dodge creation, which you just, whoop! Or you could perfectly soak creation, which is just, okay, anyway.
Just don't react. Fine.
Yeah, just don't react. He'll be alright.
So really quick, one very important thing to note, and something that we should talk about is stunting.
Yes, but let me finish perfect defenses first.
Okay.
So, perfect defenses always have a fatal flaw that requires you to do something to activate them, but otherwise they are perfectly capable of blocking any source of damage, period. You could even block things that aren't technically damage. For example, you could, if you wanted, perfectly dodge rain. So you just walk through a rainstorm and stay dry because you dodged rain, and someone up in the Fate department is like, I guess this just doesn't work on that guy? What? They're really great, and I do recommend that you take one at some point if you can. Fuck creation, be immortal. So if you perfectly parry with the penis that you stole, do you then fuck creation?
Real quick on a
Hi, chicken.
On a not dick related note.
I don't know if we can talk about that here.
Are we getting a level of ox body technique for free?
Yes. Everyone can add a free charm, Ox Body Technique 1. You can have one of them for free. Congratulations. That's there because I might accidentally kill you, and this makes it harder for me to do so. That's it.
And what kind of charm is that? A resistance charm?
Is it resistance charm? I think it's
So it is a resistance charm. It's
Yeah.
on page 375.
Yeah, and what it does is it gives you extra health levels. Hey, Chicken, good to see you. We're talking about Exalted. Can you perfect dodge your birth? Well, no, because you'd need to learn the perfect dodge, and unfortunately, you would have to be born for that. Can I dodge existing? No, you cannot dodge existing because while existence brings pain, existence itself is not actually relevant to damage. So,
Exalted
sure.
baby is best baby.
For that
Exalted
resistance
fetus.
charm, speaking of,
Yeah.
because you need one resistance, is that...
You can just have it, ignore all prerequisites.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want to take more Ox Body later, you have to pay as if you had 1 dot of it already, however. Yes, which can I dodge listening to Ben Papiro? No, you unfortunately can't. You can, however, use integrity charms to not listen to him that way. You could also use socialized charms to convince him that he's a fuck waffle. You could also if you're a sidereal, you can use a larceny charm to make him forget how to say words that aren't poopy.
Nick, if we encounter Ben Papiro,
We'll call him Shen Papiro.
Shen Papiro, I promise to use my presence to publicly admit that he doesn't please his wife.
All right, I'll keep that in mind. It is painful, Nick. You're correct. You could use duct tapes as witch. And yes, you could dodge pain, which damage specifically. Can you seduce the dragon and then duck fate? No, Lavana, we're playing as Solar Exalts. Solar Exalts don't duck fate. They don't have the fate of a duck. Anyway, what was the thing? Oh, stunting. Right. Oh, hey, look. Aki, it's you in real life. It's just you in real life. Just ripping a fucker in half. Anyway.
Num 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 num.
Num 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 bear. I love the look of the bear behind the character there.
Yeah, because the bear's like, oh fuck.
So stunting. There is a in-character reason for this, but bottom line, if you do more than describe, if you do more than say, I attack the guy, or I want to roll this, if you describe your action in some capacity, you will perform a stunt. And with a stunt, you could gain an extra die, for example.
I did a pretty good explanation of this to one of the players. Do you mind if I read it out?
Sure, let me just read chat first, but after that. Could I dodge an awkward hug from a distant relative? If you are sidereal, yes. Okay, go ahead.
I mean,
Aki.
you can do that IRL.
Yeah, you could also just use a socialized charm to convince them that hugging people who don't want it is very rude.
Oh, I was going to say melee, but anyways.
It's melee. Fucking cut her in half. Fuck you, Aunt Martha.
Yeah.
Taste my steel.
While you were awkwardly hugging relatives that did not consent to it, I studied the blade.
I almost spit out my drink. I don't want to be strong like man who's pretty. I want to be strong like bitch who fight bear in forest.
Yeah. I follow that person, actually. They did an upgraded version to that. But anyways.
Yeah,
so,
let's hear stunting.
Stunting. So, first of all, anything you can roll, you can stunt.
True. And some things you can't roll, you can also stunt.
But it's easier to remember anything you can roll, you can stunt.
Yes.
So, like, resisting something, or dodging, or doing social, or soaking damage. So, basically kind of the way it breaks down is thus. So, one stunt die, you do a bit more than I punch him. Like, say I run full tilt at him using my momentum to drive my fist into his face. 2, You add to the environment around you, bringing more life to the story. So I run full tilt at him, my sandaled feet slapping against the stone flooring and echoing down the narrow hallway. I kick off a nearby wall to avoid his attack and use my momentum and weight to drive my fist into his face. And then 3 is like epic storytelling. So it's like
the thing Aki described earlier about marching as a army of one.
Yeah, so stuff that makes like the people at the table or your other party members or the DM or chat go like, holy shit, that was cool.
Yeah.
So like I punch into his throat, my fingers digging in and around his trachea. I rip it out of his body, letting it dangle from my hand as he gasps, desperately trying to get air into his swiftly deflating lungs. I look him dead in his eyes, growling out, "Don't worry, I'll send your master to hell as well, and you can serve him in the fires for eternity." I then draw my fist back and put the trachea back in its proper place, albeit backwards, and he falls, choking and swiftly dying, at my feet. That was me doing 2 3-die stunts back to back.
And it ended with a meme that lasted at my table for literally years. Pete's trachea
friend.
Anyway, yeah, it's stunting should become second nature to you immediately. Never be afraid to ask if you can stunt something. If I say the guy attacks you, feel free to say, "Can I stunt my defense?" Because yes, you can. In fact, some actions require stunting to work. For example, if you want to martial arts block something that your hand should not be able to block, you can do it as long as you stunt it at least 1 die. It's wildly powerful. Stunting is probably one of my favorite systems from any tabletop game. It's amazing. Yeah, so that's stunting. Anyone have any?
I realized questions? I was muted, but yeah, it's one of my favorite as well because it rewards like more roleplay and getting into character and thinking of things as a cinematic style fight.
Yeah, exactly. The combat abstraction in this game really lends itself to that as well. So we'll probably touch on that a little bit, but not too much because it's kind of complicated and chat doesn't really need to fully understand it. But I will explain it to my players because they do need to understand it. Anyway, let's move on.
I have a suggestion.
Okay.
Your name versus your exaltation.
I already did that.
You did?
Yep.
When you name yourself.
Oh.
Existence.
So, bear in mind this. Your exaltation, the name of your exaltation, is something that you carry with you once you become an exalt. But it is the name of one of the kings of creation. When you speak it aloud for the first time after you exalt, creation itself will listen and bow to you. This is a big fucking deal. The scene will be cool and impressive, and despite the fact that we are not playing in creation, and technically our world really shouldn't recognize the exaltation, I will be doing a scene similar to it specifically because it's such a cool roleplay. So don't worry about that, but try and keep in mind something you would like to do for your naming scene. It will be a big deal, I promise. I will figure out a way to make it cool.
You remember that what I read earlier with the whole Annabeth banner thing where I literally fought a whole army by myself with myself? That was Morrigan's like naming.
Yeah.
That was the first time she ever said her exaltation name.
Yeah. I know another storyteller who, when you first exalt, gives you infinite essence in that scene. I have not decided if I'm doing that or not, but if I do, it's likely that in your naming scene, I will also do that. Because it is a big deal. It's a really big deal, and I want you guys to feel powerful and impressive when it
Jordan,
happens.
you muted yourself.
Yeah, I was...
Only to you guys. Chat could still hear me. Chat are my favorite. Chat, don't tell him I said that. I muted... Oh, fuck, I didn't mute myself. My friends are my favorite, not chat. But it is you, chat. Anyway, sorry, I sat on my mute button again. That was weird. How much did you guys hear?
I got everything up to Chad is my favorite.
Okay, so you heard all of that? Great. Basically, naming scene, very big and important, and I will make sure to make it feel incredible. You guys are big damn heroes in this game, and your roleplay will reflect that. Like, the scenes that you're in will show that to be true. You know what I mean? This is cleansing from Curse of Strahd. You are a big deal in this world, and you can fix these things. Really, I mean it. Jordan
Excellent.
Perfectly. Someone said I perfectly dodged that conversation. I was watching LA by Night, and Brendan Lee Mulligan died with the line, "I guess I was wrong. You're not a miracle. You're just another monster. I'll see you in the fire, Annabelle." What? Oh, damn. I should look into that, I guess. At any rate, so that's your naming scene. That will be a big deal. And you should think about what you want for it ahead of time. You guys want to talk about abilities?
Sure. I do want to put out, if you want help with like your naming scenes, let me know. I'm always available.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely going to conscript you for that.
Yeah, Aki is a no shit. Like, I don't want to toot her horn too much because it makes her really uncomfortable. But Aki is straight up one of the best players I've ever had at my table. I'm consistently blown away by the quality of your storytelling, Aki. The reason that you have a permanent seat at my table is not because we're really good friends, because I'll point out that I think I go through my good friends through my table constantly, but you always have a seat because I just like seeing what you're gonna do. Like, you make the story so much better.
Thank you. I'm gonna mute myself now and
just cry on stream. No. Don't mute yourself for that. That's the moneymaker. Come on.
No.
It's already working. I got 2 bits, Aki. Keep it up. Levada says Aki is best human. No human better than Aki. And 3 bits. Come on. Keep it up, Aki. Fucking lay it on thick. Come on, buddy. Gotta juice that Aki to get the sweet bits.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
Please stop juicing, Aki.
Oh, fuck. Nick says, I want to play this game too with a bits. Levada says, Aki deserves all of the world goodness. Witch says, feel the love. Nick wants to be part of Exalted or Vampire the Masquerade. Levada says, juice Aki. I do like Vampire the Masquerade. However, I'm one of those weird people who prefers Requiem, and I'll talk about that someday, I'm sure. But yeah, thank you, Aki, for contributing to the channel. I will give you a cut of the profits from that particular outburst.
I would say that you can like bring me a coffee sometime, but like, when do you ever bring me coffee? When do you get there after me?
Yeah, that's why. Also, Nick says juice Aki. What is juice? Says Levada. Oh no. The other thing is, Aki, do you know how much a bit costs? Because I get 1 penny from a bit, which means this is going to be the world's smallest coffee.
So what you're saying is you're going to go and you're going to get currency that doesn't exist anymore in Canada. And you're going to pile it in your hand.
Yes.
And you're going to just fire 1 at me on occasion.
No. What I'm saying is, cry harder. Earn your coffee.
I'm just going to be at work and just like, ow, son of a bitch, Jordan, stop it.
And I'll just be...
Dunk.
Oh god.
Boss man gets to work. Why the fuck are there pennies everywhere?
Where did you find pennies? And I'm like, I found them in the bottom of the sea.
More important question. Why is Pour Some Sugar on Me playing?
Oh, look, Aki, I found a picture of you right now.
That's me.
It's Suge Jorb, okay? Nick wants to juice Jorb. More tears for the tear jar. Aki juice, Aki juice. I should make some merch with Aki juice on it.
Gross.
Yeah, but funny. Oh god. So Chicken, what is happening is that I said something nice to Aki, which made Aki cry, and then people started giving bits because there's a channel meme that whenever Aki cries on stream, I get paid more. Which is a dumb meme, but it's
Literally the time that he got paid the most.
yeah. I
in
once
stream.
got a $35 tip because Aki was crying.
I literally cried on stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good time. Well, I cry on stream all the time, and I basically just get laughed at. So it's gotta be Aki.
Yeah. That's why I have a permanent seat at the table, because I earn you dollars.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
One
why.
penny at a time, baby.
Ow, son of a bitch.
Tears for the tears god, sobbing for the sob throne. Oh, fuck. Oh, God, where were we? Abilities. So abilities are the skills that you have, basically. They're all just different things that you're good at. Abilities are, oh god, Chicken just really jumped on the Juice Aki bandwagon. Holy shit. Alright, now make Blackthorn cry. Alright. Now, Blackthorn, no spoilers, but patch 5.4? My power is limitless.
Fucking
That's
monster.
okay. I also...
I'm going
I
to
also
throw
has
that
a
back in
weapon
your
of-
fucking face the moment you get there.
I know,
I'm going
I
to
know.
repeat that
I
fucking
deserve
sentence to
this
you.
pain. I deserve it.
And you will.
Yeah.
That's fine. I also have a weapon of mass destruction. Hey, Uncle William.
Oh.
That makes me melt, not cry. Those are very different.
Lavana, just so you know, I did that because Lavana told me to. And then she said, cry me a river, bitch. Jorb is an infernal exalt. No, I'm not. No. Probably Bronze Faction Sidereal. Don't worry about it. Abilities. So a solar exalt, their magic is based around being perfect at whatever they set their mind to. So your abilities are your most critical thing. All of your charms are based off of your abilities. Sorry, I meant Abyssal. No, Nick, I don't want to watch the world burn. No. So the skills that you have are what make you a solar exalt. These are, of course, rated from 1 to 5 dots, and you can have cast and favorite as well. So your cast skills, or abilities rather, are determined by your cast. So, for example, Dawn have a whole bunch of war and fighting skills, and Twilight have a whole bunch of nerd shit. And then Aki has Sail. I don't know.
I have
I don't
just
know, I don't
line
watch
of all I
anime.
need.
I don't watch anime. This whole stream, by the way, this whole Exalted stream is going to be the I don't watch anime of D&D streams. There's also favorite abilities, which is just things that your particular character is good at. So, for example, yes, you do your friends are your world, and you do nothing but burn them. That is true. My friends are my world, and I do nothing but treat them like ass. So I guess I want to see the world's ass. Oh, that means a different thing. Oh my god. What was I talking about? Right. Favorite abilities. Wait, did we make a Full Metal Alchemist reference? Oh my god, it's hard to keep up with chat. I'm so sorry, guys. I swear I'll get through abilities one day. You also have favorite abilities, which are just things that you're particularly good at. So you don't have to be You don't have to be good at only the things that your cast is good at. For example, you could be a Dawn cast with an occult favored ability because you want to fight ghosts, or you could even be like a night cast with I don't know, craft excellencies for all kinds of different reasons. Basically, you're not stuck into your cast. You're not typecast, so to speak. That make sense to everyone?
I find it really funny that Levana's basically just throwing pennies at you.
Everyone is throwing pennies at me right now. It's kind of funny. This is why everyone left. Everyone is trying to drill into their ass. Oh my god. I dodge favorite abilities. Levana was trying to interrupt me from fucking talking about abilities by throwing pennies at me. Oh, Chicken has a Nightcast Librarian in his game. Chicken also runs Exalted, and he probably does it better than I do. People are making me dance, and I'm upset. Specializations. So you can purchase specializations, which allow you to do a specific thing within an ability better. They add 3 dice to anything you do in that specialization. So, for example, if you've got a melee specialization of sword, when you're using a sword, you add more dice. Yes, which you could specialize in fuck. What else? I think that's pretty much it for specializations, really. They can't be too broad. They shouldn't be too focused. They're really straightforward. Everyone good with that?
All right, what were we talking about?
Specializations. Also, people are...
So, real quick, I wanted to run some specializations by you, since we're here.
Okay, sure.
Me too.
So, I had 2 questions. One, I did want to specialize in, like, fighting with sabers for my melee. So could I put melee sabers?
Yeah, you absolutely could.
Okay. And then, presence. I wanted to specialize in, like, speaking to crowds. Is that okay? Or is that too vague?
No, that's I think that's fine.
Okay. Then I had socialize calming angry people and sail small watercraft.
Small watercraft. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Are you setting up a boat selling racket? Like
No.
with
Come on down to Uncle Aki's Used Boat Emporium. We've got boats that float, boats that don't float, and everything in between. So come
and then
on
my
down.
specialization in melee sabers is come on down and buy a boat.
Or I'll cut
Or
you.
else.
Remember 3 is a crowd? What are you talking about, Nick? Nick is just throwing pennies at me. Now this is me. I'm like feeling attacked. I have to okay. So real talk. Being a streamer is really weird because usually people use stuff like this to not harass, but have some fun at you. But you have to be grateful, right? Like, I am truly grateful that people are supporting the channel, but also so many pennies. Oh God!
You're like, thank you, Daddy, more pennies.
talk about microtransactions.
I could set it higher, but I don't want to. 3 is a crowd. Oh, a specialization for presence in crowds. So 3 is a crowd. Nice. Welcome to the juice bar, now selling organic Aki juice. Oh, God. Aki juice, Jorb juice, 1 penny each. Oh, I hate this. Okay.
So streamer bathwater when?
Well, I gotta work on my normal merch before I do that, which is something I've been kind of putting off. Yeah, anyway, that's a conversation for another day. Merits. You're not allowed to have any beast folk merits before you ask. So if you've got webbed
Jordan
feet...
dodges the merch question.
Jordan
Perfect
dodges
defense.
the furries.
Dodge.
No, you can't have beast folk merits because you were not beast folk. Those don't exist in this world, and you need to take those at birth. So, fuck y'all, you don't get them.
So what you're saying is that you are discriminatory against furries. That's what I'm hearing.
I don't know. I don't watch National Geographic.
Not with that attitude.
Jordan
You
perfect
and
dodges
me, baby,
the
ain't
furry.
nothing but mammals,
question.
so let's do it like they do on the
All right.
Discovery Channel.
We're running out of time here. Jordan dodges furries. Willpower is your general ability to resist mental influence that comes up if you don't use integrity charms usually. Also, you can spend temporary willpower to add dice to your roll. Or successes, actually. I can't remember which one it is. I'll have to look it up. But I think it is successes in Exalted. At any rate, Levana is still throwing pennies at me. Willpower is usually an important trait in my games. Just giving you guys a heads up now. Because I like to fuck with you. Anyway, we'll just move right along from willpower. It's important. You don't need to take it. Limit break. So limit break and limit trigger. There is something, your limit trigger, that causes you to gain limit. Limit is bad but inevitable. So your limit trigger can be all sorts of things. It can be something like, for example, seeing innocents suffer. It can be witnessing corruption on a grand scale. It could be seeing poverty where none should exist. That anything that is a bad thing that you could witness, and it can't be something like watching someone kick a black dog every third Tuesday. It has to be something you will be exposed to, but it should be specific to your character. That's your trigger. Every time you are exposed to it, you make a check, and then you take limit, which is bad. Once you take full limit break, or you take full limit, you limit break, and when that happens...
Do a whole bunch of damage because you are a melee and not a tank or healer, because you would never limit break as either of those.
Darkest Dungeon limit break rather than Final Fantasy.
Yeah, it's Darkest Dungeon limit, not Final Fantasy limit. You have some sort of psychotic break, basically. It's specific to...
Oh, no, goddammit.
Oh, wait, what? I'm Blackthorn's limit trigger. Kicking a black dog is pretty fucking specific. I feel so attacked right now. Well, Levana, fucking limit break. See if I care. Anyway, there's some example limit breaks in the book. I recommend you use one of those. They're good and good. Use them. I personally like the Red Rage of Compassion, which is you're so compassionate that you beat the absolute fuck out of anyone who isn't. Oh god, Levana's burying me in pennies.
It does specifically say that your limit break is chosen by the storyteller.
Oh. Never mind, you guys don't need to pick your limit break. I need to go reread that section.
You pick your limit trigger.
Yeah, you pick your trigger.
You pick your limit trigger, but you don't pick your limit break. It says the storyteller should pick
based in the moment.
Based on their character.
Excellent. That's
Aki.
going to be fun.
Aki, you've given me such power. Such power, Aki. Mm-hmm. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I have a regret.
You're welcome.
Okay, it could have been worse.
Bitch.
ASMR button when. Experience and solar experience. Experience you get for doing stuff. I will note here the dramatic fail rule. So, at any time, once per session, you can choose to dramatically fail. If you do that, you gain a free point of experience, and you dramatically fail. You can do this once per session. But other than that little detail rule, you gain experience by doing things that would gain you experience, such as showing up to game and participating in the story. There is a section in the rulebook on it, but you guys don't have to worry about that. That's more my thing. There's also solar experience, which you get for doing things specific to your cast or to your exaltation, the solar exaltation. Solar experience is just like regular experience, but you can't spend it on charms. That's the only difference. Oh my god! You guys need to read chat.
What the fuck is happening?
Well, I'm being assaulted with pennies, but Lavana just said I am a dramatic failure.
Oof.
Oh god, me too, buddy.
Only because you're so comical.
Oh god. Weapons. You guys know what weapons are, right? I don't feel the need to go too deep into those. OVW stands for overwhelming. That's the only thing you really need to worry about. And
I gotta talk to you about that after stream.
Okay. Let's go down to health and defense. So this is probably more relevant to tonight's discussion. So armor, soak, hard, MP, and tags. Armor is the armor that you're wearing. Its soak is its soak value. How hard it is describes how little it covers your naughty bit. Describes how much raw damage it just takes off. MP is movement penalty, so it's how much rolls that require movement are penalized. And then tags is just like, is it heavy, is it flexible, that kind of thing. What's a weapon? I'll tell you when you're older, Lavana. And then you've got natural soak, which is usually just your stamina plus any specific resistance charms. And then your final soak is with all of your armor and everything else, how well you're able to deal with withering attacks, which are attacks that are specifically to knock you off balance. You've also got your defenses. So you've got parry and evasion. These are your block and dodge. You've got your social ones, Resolve and Guile. This is your ability to block and dodge social influence. And then you've got Rush and Disengage. Rush allows you to close with someone even if they try to run away from you. Disengage allows you to run away from someone even if they try to close with you. Make sense?
Yep.
Cool.
No.
Good. I hope it doesn't. Join battle is how many dice you roll when I say roll join battle. Make sense?
No.
Okay, good. Then below that, you've got health levels. I've already explained how damage works, but you'll get a specific number of health levels plus your Ox body charm that I give you for free. You could also have more health than that, depending on the charms you take.
I see, like, on my character sheet, some of these are automatically filled. It's 0 and then -1, -1, -1, -2, -2, -2, -4.
Incapacitated.
And then incapacitated. So with Ox body technique, it says because I have stamina 2, for example, I get 1 additional -1 and 1 additional -2.
Yeah.
So I just kind of add that to the flow, so it would be 4 -1s and 4 -2s.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which, if you were, say, at -2 for your health levels, you would, and you had to roll, as an example, I'm going to bring up my character sheet here.
If you have to roll anything.
So if I had to roll, say, Charisma and Socialize, which for me is a pool of 7 dice, I would then take -2 from that and then roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
They come off the top. The more injured you are, obviously, the harder things are to do.
Yeah, but yeah, it comes off the top, not your final thing.
One of the things that willpower can do, if you spend a point of willpower, you can ignore wound penalties for a roll. Just you push through the pain and do the thing. I heard a Russian disengage tries to hit you. Bleh. What the fuck, Nick?
Bleh.
No, bleh. Russian.
Bleh.
Russian.
Bleh.
No,
Bleh.
not like that. Hey, that's racist. That's our word. You can't use that word. I mean, is what a vampire would say if it was real, but it's not, so don't worry about it. Anyway. You guys are the worst. Does anyone have any questions about Exalted before we move on? Can you stop blawing on me?
I could sneeze on you instead.
Also, don't do that. Aki, how are you feeling about playing Exalted again?
Honestly, I'm super hype. I'm just the only thing that is frustrating is making sure I've got all my charms written down, because it's like,
yeah, they're a lot.
It's a lot.
Let me see if I can pull up an example for
There
chat.
are a billion charms to choose from.
Mm-hmm.
There really are.
Charms go from approximately page 260 to approximately page 409.
Yeah, there's a couple charms.
Yeah. Just to let chat know.
Yeah, I'm trying to
pull up. And that's not even at the end of them.
I'm trying to pull up the document, but it's... Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's some medicine charms, for example. Oof. That sucks, chicken. How are you feeling about it, Blackthorn?
I won't lie, I'm feeling a little bit intimidated by the system, but that has
Honestly,
never
that's
stopped
fair.
me before. So I'm also really excited to learn the system and get the hang of it and be able to tell some good stories with this.
Yeah.
So
it is.
This is the other reason why I volunteered for being the Zenith. Because that way then, if you're just like, how do I Exalted? I can literally, both in and out of character, be like, blah.
Mm-hmm.
How do Exalt?
Real quick, have a good night, Nick. Sleep well. Okay, continue. Sorry.
Bye, Nick.
See you, dude.
System can't keep Blackthorn down.
Down with the system.
Just a quick note on the system's intimidating. It absolutely is. The first Exalted game I tried to run, I had to stop running it. I couldn't keep up. It was really challenging to do as a storyteller. Third edition is way better about it, but yeah, I hear you, man. I feel you. You'll be fine. Don't worry. But
yeah,
also
no,
I get it.
I have no doubt.
I agree with your statement there, Chicken. The system feels cinematic, and the charms are the complicated part. But you cannot deny that second edition was a very overcomplicated beast. Third edition is a lot smoother, but second was yikes. Anyway, Mr.
Luana wants my attention, which is why she's attempting to end stream.
Yeah, I see that. I don't know if she knows this, but I'm the streamer. Scald, how are you feeling, buddy? What's your opinion?
I'm super excited for this. It looks like it's going to lend itself very well to how I like to play, and got some good people, so ready to do
great.
This, man.
Where are you keeping them? I'd love to kick my players out for those guys.
Let us know when you find them.
I've got them under merits. They're my followers.
Oh, okay, great. That's funny. Anyway, Chicken says 3 is so much better, but still intimidating. More bark than bite as far as difficulty of play. I have to agree with Chicken on that one. 3E was pretty smooth when we ran it last time. Getting set up takes a bit, and then the figuring out how charms interact takes a bit. But once you do, it's a really fluid system. It's really nice. Yeah, I think, guys, that I'm about ready to call it. It's Final Fantasy o'clock, and I'll be going to do some Dark Knight stuff, so that'll be fun. Really cleanse this sun stuff out of my system, you know.
I just sent you what I would like my Exalted name to be.
Ooh, let me see here. It would only be the last part.
Yes, the first part is his birth name.
Yeah, I'm down for that. That's good.
Cool.
I'm not telling chat. Don't worry.
Yay.
Anyway, everyone, thank you so much for coming. We will be doing this. We'll be finishing Curse of Strahd next week, one way or the other. I'm not going to delay it anymore because it's been 3 weeks. And then the week following, we'll be playing Exalted Session 1. So that will be a fucking time. I'll have some different chat commands for like spending your points and whatnot, and they'll be it'll be a good time. We'll still have chat interaction just like we did with D&D. It'll be a little bit different because Exalted isn't really you get loot kind of game. But I'll figure all that out, I'm sure, or I'll panic and do it in the last 10 minutes before stream. One of the two. I'll let you decide what's more likely. I will be back tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. to play some video games. Either Superliminal or maybe more House Flipper. I really liked House Flipper. That was really fun. Anyway, thanks everyone for joining. Thank you everyone in the call for being with me for this.
Yeah. Bibbles chat.
And
Bibbles.
Have a good night, folks.
And until next time, everyone, Bibbles.